When the Interstellar Council decided to hire a human janitor for their flagship, the USS Constellation, no one anticipated the extraordinary ripple effect that would follow. The ship, a colossal marvel of engineering with corridors sprawling like galactic arms, had long hosted a motley of species and their messes. But none of that would prepare the crew for Jack Sullivan, an Earth-born sanitation expert whose obsession with cleanliness was about to become legendary. Jack had been unemployed for nearly 6 months when he discovered a peculiar job listing, janitorial specialist for interstellar operations. It promised travel to distant stars and a stable paycheck. For Jack, who had spent the last 2 decades perfecting sanitation in Earth's busiest hospitals, it felt like destiny. He updated his resume, emphasizing his biohazard cleanup and zero-gravity waste management certifications, and applied without hesitation. The day he arrived at the USS Constellation's docking bay, Jack was armed with his trusty non-toxic supplies and a framed photo of his late wife, Martha, the person who had always encouraged his relentless pursuit of tidiness. Alien crew members watched with quiet amusement as Jack stepped aboard, wide-eyed at the ship's sleek technology and abstract, glowing art panels. Captain Threx, a towering glur with 4 muscular arms, greeted Jack via a chirping translator. "Welcome aboard, Mr. Sullivan. We hope you find your stay productive. Quarters this way." Jack's first assignment, the massive dining hall, which had recently been decimated by a chaotic blorp feast. Rolling up his sleeves, Jack transformed the area in hours. Surfaces gleamed, air smelled fresher, and crew members gawked at the hall's newfound sparkle, some bumping into polished tables, unaccustomed to their shine. Word spread fast. Deck after deck, Jack left behind a trail of pristine perfection. Scientists complained their instruments were now too reflective. Pilots lost track of navigational charts due to Jack's color-coded filing system. One hilariously failed to find the Andromeda system, mistaking A4 Aqua for a cleaning label. But Jack remained blissfully unaware of the minor chaos he was causing. Until one night, curiosity lured him into the grimy, off-limits engine room. Chief Engineer Rallo, a prickly Agnan, had long warned that disturbing the filth might upset the ship's delicate equilibrium. Undeterred, Jack scrubbed the room clean. By morning, the machinery sparkled, but the engines gave off a strange, unfamiliar hum. Rallo burst into the mess hall, feathers flared. "Who cleaned the engine room?" Despite such blunders, Jack standing among the crew grew. In the biology lab, his eco-friendly fertilizer boosted plant growth too well. Dr. Fella, the ship's botanist, found herself wading through jungle-like overgrowth. "Jack, maybe tone down the fecundity," she said, half-choked by vines. Jack, eager to help, adjusted his formula. His mind was already racing with ideas for optimizing space usage. On the recreational deck, athletes found their training gear too clean, grip tape too slick, gym mats too slippery. After a few tumbles and one incident involving a Tagorian wrestler and a rogue resistance band, the rec officer, Goral, grumbled, "Look, human, we need a little grime." Jack, ever the problem solver, created a new resin coating that kept equipment hygienic while restoring traction. But Jack's biggest test came when the ship passed through a minor asteroid field. His thorough cleaning of the hull had stripped it of the usual cosmic dust, rendering sensors ineffective against smaller debris. The ship shuddered as undetected rocks struck it. Captain Threx took swift action and averted disaster, but later called a tense meeting. "Jack," Threx said diplomatically, "your cleaning is exemplary, but it's disrupting critical systems." Jack listened, humbled. His human ideal of cleanliness clashed with the complex balance of a living spaceship. "I understand," he said. "Let's find a balance, clean and functional." He adapted. In the communications deck, under the watchful eye of physics, a Zeltron with twitching antennae, Jack used only microfiber cloths and minimal fluids. "Every speck of dust affects calibration," physics warned. Jack listened, learned, and even reorganized the consoles for easier maintenance, without disrupting functionality. Soon, engineers invited him to strategy meetings. Jack had evolved from janitor to a valued operations asset. His skills were called upon again when a strange, bioluminescent rash began spreading among DeLorean crew. Working alongside Dr. Lenora, Jack developed a new, safe cleaning agent. By morning, the spread halted and recovery began. Jack's status soared. He began training new recruits in sanitation protocols. As the ship docked at a bustling intergalactic spaceport, Captain Threx seized the opportunity. He opened the USS Constellation to visitors as a model of cleanliness and efficiency. Jack became an unexpected celebrity, his methods featured in broadcasts and scholarly debates. But Jack remained grounded. His mission was never fame. It was keeping the ship safe and orderly. Back on board, his protocols inspired deeper changes. Chief Engineer Rallo, once hostile, now worked with Jack to streamline maintenance procedures. Navigation Officer Sill noticed reduced human error thanks to cleaner, more organized interfaces. Then a new challenge emerged. A sticky, unknown substance clogged the ventilation system, threatening the health of the Zarian crew. Jack, alongside environmental engineers, traced the culprit to a byproduct from a newly introduced coolant. His solution, a custom filtration add-on that preserved the coolant while protecting the air. It was so effective, other ships adopted it. Captain Threx organized a symposium aboard the ship. Jack, modest but methodical, shared his process, from detection to resolution. Attendees from across the galaxies applauded, inspired by his adaptable, systems-based approach. Yet Jack remained laser-focused on his crew. In the hydroponics bay, he helped redesign the irrigation system to recycle condensation and compost waste. In security, cleaner corridors and organized storage reduced emergency response times. Even the skeptical security chief Tien admitted, "Your work's made us faster, safer, better." Through tireless innovation and respect for every corner of the ship, Jack Sullivan transformed the USS Constellation. His legacy was more than gleaming surfaces. It was a culture of thoughtful care, adaptability, and quiet excellence. In the grand theater of space, Jack proved that sometimes the smallest brush, mop, or idea could ripple outwards, reshaping the cosmos one cleaned corner at a time.